to the people. I'm giving the same message Malcolm X did, the same message Toni Morrison, Dick Gregory, Martin Luther King, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Rosa Parks, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells, Sojourner Truth. I'm giving you the same information they gave, all their supreme wisdom, fortitude, and knowledge. I'm just adding modern contemporary elements to it. I'm reiterating everything they're doing. This is rich information that can save not just your life, it can save our people. Because it's all this stuff going on in the world today. It's population control that's been going on amongst our people. This can really save us as a people. So support me by not just supporting my products and services or my efforts, but educating yourself and just gaining that grand sense of community, and then we can be Blacktastic as a people.
Peace, family. Welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. We are the number one podcast for families, seeking and generational dysfunction. What's good, cuz?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. Feeling it. We got another one, man. We got another one right here to my right, man. We got my brother Jamaal. See, look, let me tell y'all something. Let me put y'all on game. I met brother Jamaal. I met you at 2021? Or 2021
or 22, yeah.
2021 at Tevin's event, man. He had one at the mall or something like that, man. So anyway, man, I met him and man, he was selling your game, man. And I was like, man, let me get into this, man. It was cool, man. And I was like, man, dude, cool, man, cool dude. Been rocking with him since, bro. You know what I mean? For real, man. For real, been solid since, man. Bumped into him at him, I heard. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, bro.
I forgot about that.
I used to be up there. I was like, damn, every time I'm trying to do something positive, I bump into you, man. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So nice seeing a solid face around the city when you're doing action. And here on Lead Your Lineage, we represent an action brand. And everything is a go, so it's a real life. So I was like, I could let you come on the show because you really out here in the action, because I be seeing you in the field. What they be calling it, I be seeing you in the field, you know what I mean? That really rebuilding. So man, I ain't gonna talk too much. I just want you to introduce yourself, brother Jamaal.
For sure, I appreciate you two, mighty black men, mighty black soldiers, not just for having me on y'all's platform, but y'all's continuous and Blacktastic efforts. Y'all really doing a great service for the people. But my name is Jamaal. I go by Brother Jamaal. As I like to say, I'm your neighborhood revolutionary. All of my products, all of my services, all of my efforts center and focus on both re-education and entertainment. I have a lot of different approaches, a lot of different involvements. Product-wise, I have my Black Culture and Black History board game that allows you to laugh and learn as you venture through both Black history and Black culture. Ranging from Black saying and doings, Black music, Black activists, revolutionaries, movie stars, rappers, singers, entrepreneurs, scholars, all the above. And I also just dropped the mobile application version. It's the trivia version. So the Knowledge Itself physical board game, and then you have the free app that you can download on your phone to its Black culture and Black history trivia, completely free. To sell for the people so they can stay inspired, educated, enlightened to Blacktastic. My Fistful of Plight novel, my online book club, my community events, my Blacktastic clothing. I give lectures and speeches. I do it all, just to liberate, the massive Black and African people, disempowered people, disenfranchised people, all the above, so we can, generate our new world-making abilities, the restoration of a new and better world for, people across the world.
I love that, brother. Thank you for that very powerful introduction. Yeah, I appreciate you for being on as well, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Let's jump right into it, bro. What inspired you to really be on this melanated mission to help your people? What inspired that?
I get asked that question a lot, and I get excited every time I'm asked it, because it's a similar and common story as my favorite pivotal notable Black figure, Malcolm X. Out of the 200 books in my personal collection, my plethora of Afrocentric and Black focused books, 200 plus books, the autobiography of Malcolm X is my favorite. And here's why. Because I'm going to tell you my story, and I know y'all know about his journey from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X to El Hajj Mikhail Shabazz. And my story is somewhat similar. So, born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. When I was 18 years old, I joined the United States military. You know, I was active duty. I operated as a 6-day Juliet medical logistics specialist. And a lot of people, you know, when they see me, I got the Blacktastic clothing. I'm talking about black liberation, politically, socially, economically, and spiritually. And they catch some of them off guard. I was like, dang, you know, brother Jamaal, pro black, you was in the military? You know, I'm like, man, we might add you to the cool list. Oh, bro, you out here ain't doing what you saying. But again, it's why I love Malcolm X so much. His story from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X, how he had his, you know, years of his transformative years, his trial and error years. Some say his years of coonery. But you know, everybody had that transition period. So when I was 18, I joined the military, right? Because I was 18, you know, it was, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to this college. I'm going to this prestigious university or institution. You had some buddies, oh, I'm going to pick up this trade. I'm about to go do this after high school. And some buddies, man, you know, they even had their base lined up, you know, trying to get you in on the play. You know, but hey, and everybody did. I'm like, hey, bro, if you got Chase, Navy Federal, tap in. I flip a honey bun to a band. It just seemed like everybody has some vision of what they wanted to do, whether it was hitting the bank scams. I think they need to band together all the credit card and bank scammers and scam the government for long overdue reparations. That's another conversation for another day. But everybody's either going to college, you know, doing their thing, everybody had a hustle, something going on. Then it was me. I had 2.1 GPA in high school, didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew college wasn't for me. Army recruiter came by and he capitalized on the fact I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I ended up joining the military. I had never read an Afrocentric or black focused books a day in my life. Never heard of no major pivotal black figures. You know, outside of in school, they teach you Martin Luther King Had a Dream, Rosa Parks rode the bus, Harriet Tubman freed the slaves, and that's it. So I didn't know Malcolm X, Toni Morrison, Dick Gregory, other pivotal black figures. And I didn't have that sense of, you know, racial pride. I didn't have any confidence in myself. I couldn't look somebody in the eyes when I speak to them. I couldn't relate the past to the present. I didn't have knowledge of self for what I know now. So then I was about 2.5 years in the military. Joined at 18, I was about 19, 20. And I was playing 2K with a buddy of mine in the barracks. You know, barracks are just Army living quarters. Like when you go to college, you live in the dorms. And I was playing 2K with him. Waxing him, bro. I'm whooping him, bro. I ain't a bet man no more. I don't squander or bet or wage my hard-earned black dollars no more. I used to bet at the time. I thought it was about $200-300. And then, you know, he put the controller down. This is really when everything switched. He put the controller down. I said, man, I'm done playing this game. I wasn't even trying anyway. I'm about to go to my barracks room and read this new book called The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness by Michelle Alexander. But I was about, you know, 18, 19, had a bottle of Hennessy, just got paid from the military, bro. I'm about to slide out with my buddy, go to the club. Wasn't trying to think about reading no book. The next day, I feel rather remiss. I can't remember the brother's name, but it was a brother that was circulating on social media because he was slain by police. Had an epiphany, like, dang, why is it that, you know, the plight of our people has been going on for this long? Why is it that we are disenfranchised, you know, dissatisfied with our experiences in America? So much discord, dysfunctionality. You know, why is it that, you know, we go through so much as black people? And I'll be honest, bro, I did not like the history of our people that I knew at the time. I wouldn't even, you know, had no pride in being black. I saw no significance in being black at all. Until I was like, man, you know what? I'm at such a low point in my life. Let me try something different, bro, just to see if something can change. I hit him up the next day and said, hey, what's the name of that book? He told me vocally. I said, I ain't about to memorize that. Shoot me a text. He said, bet. I go to Walmart. I'm in the small book section next to electronics. And I called him. I'm like, hey, bro, you know, I don't see that book here. He said, hey, man, what you talking about? They always got a copy. I said, nah, man, I'm at Walmart right now. You know it. I ain't gonna cuss. This is the rated G version. But he said, bro, you can't get no book like that at Walmart. You gotta go to Barnes & Nobles. I said, all right, bet. Do I go to Nobles first or do I go to Barnes first? You know, which store is the closest? And he said, like, the cleaning version, he said, bro, Barnes & Nobles is one store. I'm trying to play it off like I knew that. I go to Barnes & Nobles, because I wasn't used to buy books. I go to Barnes & Nobles, buy a book, go to my barracks room, I read the first 20 pages, shut the book. I kid you not holding you. I'm sitting there with the book in my hand, bro, closed, and I'm just staring at the wall. Because I had never been exposed to that type of information, that delivery from that perspective. I felt like the author was talking to me specifically, like she wrote that book just for me, how she was relating the past to the present, correlating what's happened to our people to the present. The tyrannical American government, like Malcolm X said, racism was like a Cadillac. They come out with new models every year. How she was saying, hey, this was the first racial caste or case system, the second one, the third one, has been continued, prolonged, perpetuated to subjugate and dominate, you know, black and or African people, melanated people, people of the African genotype. How it's, you know, people of the lower economic class, middle class and lower class have always been affected by the tyrannical American government, and how it was just so much. We could be here all day if I talk about what I learned from that book. The long story short, it led me to pick up other Afrocentric Black focused books and make my other products and services.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned that, man. I always be like, man, if people knew that how long this been going on, that you would realize that segregation was down there the best thing. Like, to a certain extent, if we had it to where everybody would be equal, not trying to get better to everybody. They own 10 banks, we own 10 banks. They got 10 sundown cities, we got 10, whatever we're gonna call our cities, you know what I mean? Towards the equal standpoint, man, because if you go to history, bro, and like I've been stressing this, bro, we been going with war with them since the BC times, bro. The BC times, not the motherfucking AD. We live in the AD. Let me help it. For people who don't understand, when Jesus, so-called, was born in the year 0, you know what I mean? After, that's AD, that's 0. So now we starting back into 2024, right? So that's 80, that's 2000 years. I'm talking about in BC time. So that's over that, before that. That's when, I'm talking about when people think like we was in caves and shit, when we really wasn't in caves.
We ain't come out of caves.
When we was really already having the pyramids built. It's case studies, bro. 1240, I want people to look at what happened in Kemet in 1240 BC, bro. And it's no lie, bro. We one of the kings, I can't even pronounce his name right, so I don't want to fuck up his name. Man, he was talking about how like we should outlaw them, how we should not allow them to come into our kingdom because they mean nothing but disruption. Every time they come with us, they try to lure us. And this is fucking facts, bro. Every time we integrate with them since the BC times, we end up being lower and on the statistics of everything because they don't like it. They don't know what it is, bro. We are too loving to be around them. So if we know this. If we know this, why the fuck do we keep doing that, bro?
Cause I think it's
you said that.
A lot of people just are being ahistorical, and every group of people, whether black, African American, however you want to say it, black, white, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, every group of people has their own needs, wants, interests, and concerns.
Yes.
You can't force the needs of your people or the culture of your people, the dynamic of your people, the social being of your people, the values, morals, principles, and try to, you know, fit it in another group of people's, you know, lifestyle, their way of being and stuff like that. There's always going to be some clashing, and people can coexist. Other groups of people or races of people, well, race wasn't even invented until the 1800s. Before that, it was just the human race. It was another way for them. I know I'm preaching to the choir, another way for them to justify slavery and, you know, dominating us. But we have to have our own as a people. Like the Jewish individuals got their stuff going on in America, white individuals got their stuff going on in America, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, all of the above. But they got their stuff going on in geographical locations or areas or spaces in which we occupy, right? They control their own destiny, their own economic structure. They're doing it, you know, with ethno-aggregation, mutual aid, stuff like that. But the reason why our people as a whole, not all of our people, but a good majority of our people aren't understanding why the significance of knowing your history, because they think, oh, celebrate Black History for Black History Month, and that's it. You can't regulate our contributions and, you know, our unification to 1 month. You have to do it on every day of, you know, every single day. We have to do this. They don't study history. You have to study history, or you're going to be doomed in the present, because the present is predicated upon the past. If we study history as a people, not just the history they give us the basic curriculums in schooling, we have to do our own due diligence. You can't expect a system, an institution, or any force who caused our initial frustrations, difficulties, and issues to do right by us. Like I said during my last lecture and speech, you wouldn't expect a Jew to go to the Nazis and ask them for help based off history. You wouldn't ask today with the conflict of Palestine, free Palestine by the way, I got the button on free Palestine. You wouldn't expect the Palestinians to go to Israel, who's perpetuating genocidal acts and evil Zionism. The Palestinians ain't about to go to Israel and be like, hey, can y'all help us? You wouldn't expect Ukraine to ask Russia for help. You wouldn't expect the Avengers to ask Thor for help based off history. So why are we going to them, to the U.S. government, its forces, its entities, non-black solutions for black problems? It's insane.
Man, bro. Man.
That's real.
That's real. And I'm glad you said that, yeah, because you made me think of the point where I be saying all the time, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about your past, so don't feel like this, bro. I'm talking about you.
No, you
throwing shade. Because I done did some shit. I used to be on some shit. But I be saying that all the time. You don't see Jews going to join the Germany army.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be like a Jewish going to go fight for Germany. I say that all the time. Unless we're going to infiltrate, why the fuck are we in there? I got a cousin who he a sergeant. He be doing all his thing, man. I'm be saying, I'm like, yeah, cuz, bro, you look like a fool. You know what I mean?
That's why I got out the army, bro.
And no, not talking about you though. Like I said, man, we all did some shit, bro. You can sit here and say, most people look like fools doing stuff. I'm just saying that's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? So that's just my. If we're not there to infiltrate them, bro, or get some type of knowledge to take back, now it's smart to go in there and learn some shit. Then take back, yeah.
And give it to the people.
And give it to the people, yeah. That's what we need. We need people to do that because they did that to us. But if we're not in there to do it, why are we helping them keep building this giant army? You know what I mean? This non-stoppable army that we would never win if we keep up in the field. But then again, I be feeling it because then again, like you said, it's because people. Because just like how I was in the streets, it was just like people. They didn't know this information. I would still be in the streets if I didn't know enough information. You still be in the army if you didn't know information. And we still was doing the same thing. Cooning. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's the same way, bro. It's just different.
In sports.
And cuz we've been in sports. You know what I mean?
You look like an athlete too, man. I'm looking at your shoulders,
man.
Cuz
was on the bench.
Look like a
Cuz was on the bench.
Double my dog.
Cuz was a good 6 of the 6 man.
I still got it.
out there, man.
No, Cuz was the 6th man of the 6th man.
Well, what I say every other episode, be your own people. Be your own people. Prime example.
Everybody can't come to the promised land.
Hey,
so we're gonna free all this land.
You know why I can't come to the promised land? Because I am the promised land, baby. I bring the promised land wherever I stand. You feel me?
But I like how you was talking about I read a lot of heavy or serious material.
Yeah.
I read fiction every now and then. James Baldwin, Toni Morrison. But there's one fictional works. I heard about it actually through a Nipsey Hussle song.
Yeah.
Blue Laces too. He said, "Spooked by the door is the infiltration."
Double back, that's some Blue Laces.
See? I read a book called Spook. The Spook was sat by the door. And the brother was talking about the same stuff you was talking about in the Blacktastic fashion, the Blacktastic sense. He was basically taking everything that he learned, right? Because some people say, oh, you working for the white man, bro. I work 3 jobs. Oh, you work for the white man, bro. Oh, you work for the white woman, this, that, woo. They have immoral practices. There's not one geographical location on this earth where they haven't caused bloodshed and suffering. Murder, rape, all the above. Whether it's moral business practices or immoral, inhumane practices, they've been the most successful in business throughout the course of human record and human history. It would be insane not to learn from them, since they built all these empires across the world, and take what you can learn from them, add modern contemporary elements to it, and cater it towards the people, and give it to the people to where they be more receptive to it. It'd be insane for them to do that, for you not to want to do that. Now, that's why I love the book that Spook sat by the door because they did it in an underground fashion. So it was like, okay, I'm taking this. I ain't even gonna tell them my game plan, everything I'm doing, but I'm gonna give it to the people, you know, on the back end.
That's so fire. Like that's literally my entire life. It's like figuring out what the the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said with that. Like don't be them, study them. Malcolm said it. Farrakhan said it as well. All of them said it in this. I've heard it every single generation, but I don't know why we haven't taken heed to it. Well, not necessarily we haven't. The majority hasn't.
I think it's because we're in an identity crisis, Black people. We're slowly learning of our significant contributions, not just to our people, but to humanity. We're slowly getting this information now. Like if Malcolm X, Martin Luther King came back from the grave, bro, half our people ain't trying to hear that, bro. You got to do it in a way towards, I think the word is gratuitous, or in a way that's receptive to people today. Add modern contemporary elements to it. And then, I mean, this ain't just Black folk. This is just society as a whole. Human beings in general today, our attention spans have been decreased because of social media. We don't research things. We look at the first 2 or 3 links, after a Google, but we're not researching it. We're just reading something real quick. We don't do a thorough study of what it is. So we're in an identity crisis because when they brought us over, when they enslaved us, they disrupted the family unit, the domestic roles of our people. They took everything away from us. So we didn't know, where we came from, our contributions, how powerful we are as a people, our unique abilities, and stuff like that. So if they don't know anything about themselves or their people, by nature, they're going to cling to the customs, the lifestyle, the culture, and the mindset of the oppressor. So that's why we're slowly having to understand who we are as a people, our significant and unique abilities and contributions, and then we'll get there. Like, I'll be honest, I ain't got no kids yet, I'm 26, and we may not see the liberation of our people. Our kids may not see it, but hopefully our grandkids can see it because we're planting these seeds. If we was been dominated for centuries, hundreds of years, it ain't gonna happen in 5, 10 years, a decade or two. It's gonna take some time to reverse all the catastrophic effects and damaging, stuff to our people. So I think gradually, slowly but surely, our people gonna get there, man.
Yeah, I agree too. When we look at the aspects of what it really takes to essentially build, let me take a step back. To your point, the identity crisis, we don't know who we are. That's the root of all of this, everything we're going through right now. We don't know who we are. The next level of that, and that's spiritual level, emotional level, mental, social, all these things. We don't know who we are. And then the next level of that is our family. We don't have our families together. And that's why with Lead Your Lineage, the concept is to get the families back together, where we don't have uncomfortable conversations to reconnect and heal. So what do we need to do from your perspective to get our people in the right state of mind and the right state of being to be able to have these conversations, to know who we are, and then to get the family back together?
First of all, it's a Blacktastic question, and it's a question that's definitely relatable. I can say to my family right now. The first thing is, man, we have to, if reading a book ain't for you, man, that's cool. That's my method and style of learning. I love to read books. I love the smell of a physical copy book, flipping the pages. I love that. If that method ain't for you, man, you can watch a documentary about a certain topic or period, era, or individual in African or Black history. We have to understand what happened in the past first, and then it's like, okay, you'll be more caring, appreciative of your family, and just little things in life that make you move and act differently. Once we get a little bit of history in us, and it'll make sense to the present, because a lot of people nowadays are living in destitute. They're giving up, and some people say they're crashing out because they think they have nothing to live for. All the world is messed up. But why? Why is the world messed up today? If you learn history, it makes sense to the present. Once we're able to study at least a little bit of history, it makes sense to the present, then we can be like, okay, I got myself internally fixed up and healed a little bit. Now let me give it back to the people. Let me hit up my cousin that we've been beefing over something futile, something that don't make no sense, over something small. What were the initial causes and factors for us to be beefing? What are the initial causes and factors that had me upset in the first place? Capitalism takes away your time, energy, and effort. That's why families be beefing. A lot of black families today be beefing. Oh, cuz, why ain't you pull up to my birthday at the club? I had a session and everything. Oh, why ain't you come to your nephew or your niece's birthday party? It ain't cuz, you know, cuz and them ain't rocking with you. They tired from work. We're working 2 or 3 different jobs. But why are we so stressed out, burnt out because of capitalism? If we study history and make sense of the present to explain capitalism, then we're gonna say, okay, this argument that I have with my cousin, auntie, mama, whoever, is not because of an individual situation or confrontation. It's because of the system. If we can understand basic stuff like that, that'll really help the black family unit today. So men can be more empowered to stop, you know, doing things that's, you know, not really of a, you know, a manly nature. Like all these tendencies and inclinations that don't really gear towards you, hey, being there for your family. It's hard out here, right? A lot of people say, oh, the man's supposed to pay for everything and da 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 woo woo. Times are changing. We're in a new economic climate today. A man can provide not just financially in different ways. Same with the woman can provide and stuff in different ways. But if you study history, it makes sense on, like, you got a lot of relationships and stuff ain't working, marriages and just romantic relationships in general. Most of them be over finances and gender roles and stuff like that. It's supposed to just be 50-50. If you study ancient African civilizations, empires, kingdoms, dynasties, and queendoms, because women's running things too, it wasn't just, you know, this gender's doing this, this gender's doing that. It was they making it happen together. When you see old statues from ancient African... Yeah, bro. I remember my mom say it. You know what I'm about to say?
When you see the old statues, if you look at the woman used to always hold the man. And you know when people don't understand this, you know why? Because the women represent the sun. We are the earth. A lot of people get it twisted and say Mother Earth. Think about what Earth does for us. Mother Earth protects and provides for us. Think about it. Earth protects us from the shields and all that shit, so-called out space and all of that. You know, it provides the fruits and vegetables we want and all that. But what nurtures the earth? What gives the earth its nurturing power to do it? The sun. That's why women are the sun. The women are the sun. That's why everything's revolved around them. Think about it, bro. Women told us that diamonds are diamonds. We were just collecting rocks. Women told us that we need shelter for the kid. We was just having sex. We didn't know. Now they pregnant. They got this baby. They like, hey man, we need to do something. We probably need some shelter for this baby. We start building it. You know what I mean? So once we understand, like you said, it's a 50-50 thing. Everything goes great. And then when people keep getting this masculine and feminine energy mixed, if you really read where it originally came from, like how you keep stressing, I be stressing that shit all the time. If you read where it fucking came from, it came from the meta-netta, and it has more. Yes, sir. It has more to do with. It has more to do with expressing how things work. For instance, they use a woman because feminine energy comes from within. They use a male genitals because masculine energy is without. For instance, like I said, the woman thought about like, damn, this diamond and this rock is different. That was the inner thought. We the ones who went to go get it. Bro, people don't like to read, like you said, brother.
You gotta read and look at the history, man.
Read, man, read. And I want to bring another thought. I want you to dive into this. I got a question for you. See, I agree with you. A lot of that history talk is great, but man, I think about back in the day when I was in nation. All that shit great, but bro, what you gonna do for me right now?
Oh man, that's a good question.
So what can we do? All that history stuff is good right now, but what can we for great thought, but what can we do right now for them to help their pockets?
An immediate plan of
help
action.
Immediately plan of action.
That's a Blacktastic question. So everybody has unique skill set, qualifications, abilities, and talents, right? You have to figure out, first of all, you have to do some internal diving, an internal voyage or journey. What is it that you're passionate about and what are you good at? Try different things. I done tried 1,000 different things. Still am today. Got a lot of successful stuff like my trivia app, my board game, my speeches, lectures, all the other stuff I do, right? But I failed a lot to get to this point. I figured out what I'm good at and what I'm passionate about doing, what I care about, right? Figure that out first. And then use your job, your 9 to 5. I do a lot of dope stuff in the community and for our people, right? But I still work 3 jobs to support that, right? Whatever 9 to 5 you work in, whatever occupation or lane in which you're in right now, you know, pay your bills, stuff like that, but you need to take some of that money and invest in your passion and stuff like that. Like you can hold different events. If you can't afford to buy the venue yourself, partner with them, like, hey, I got this idea, can we do a collaboration? Or find some like-minded individuals, stack y'all a few dollars together, get that venue, and then you can have an event, a course, or an effort that's, deals with whatever you're good at. So you should identify what you're good at and what you like to do, and figure out a way where you can help people, inform people, and, you know, it's not about making a dollar, it's about helping the people, progressing the people in some aspect, way, shape, or form, but you still need to, you know, have capital to be able to thrive in this capitalistic society. Yeah. Then you can take that profit and keep reinvesting in what you want to do. Everybody's not an entrepreneur, everybody's not a service provider, stuff like that, but you can use history to make sense of whatever is going on today. Whatever you want to do, to understand, you have to study the history of the thing to understand what it is today. Whatever you want to do, study the history of it, and the money is gonna come naturally if you understand, you know, the background of whatever you want to involve yourself in. That's all it is. I mean, I hope that answers your question.
No,
it does. It's a wonderful answer too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think that with the multiple layers of the answer to that question on what we can do in terms of an immediate action plan, when we look at the aspects of the family dynamic within that, right? That's why, like I said earlier in the show, getting that family back together is so important. Shout out to my nephew, Jamaal, behind the camera too, operating the 1s and 2s. When he was in the studio with us the other day, cousin I was talking to, and we was like, cousin was like, yo, this is literally a family business for us. Like, somebody can develop a new microphone. Somebody can produce. Somebody can be in the chair themselves, and we can have a different segment of the show. Somebody can create a mentorship program and bring young people in. Somebody can teach this to people in the media. From an online perspective, we need marketing too. Like all these different aspects of it that can literally build a business. So when you were speaking, I'm hearing the 3 jobs, and you have your own brand that you're building as well. So I'm hearing in the back of my mind, focus. So how do we get families to focus on putting first things first? The stuff that's really important to us to progress ourselves in this society, so we can get back to ourselves.
It's basic concepts that need to not just be uttered, but, you know, thoroughly understood. Like unity and not uniformity. Like when I was in the military, you know, we all had to dress the same, do everything the same, right? But that's uniformity. But unity is like the human body. It's an intricate system of different, you know, body parts and functionalities and stuff like that. You might be the fingers, somebody else might be the toes, somebody else might be the neck, somebody else might be the head. It's different roles going on, but it's all under one, direction, one common interest or one mutual cause. And that is progressing and liberating the massive Black African people. Whether you doing it as a doctor, whether you doing it as a service provider for this, whether you doing it by, hey, you can't provide a service or a business, you can share somebody else's. Or you can, support them in their endeavors in some aspect, way, shape, or form. Like there's so many different taskings and jobs that you can do, but you have to make sure it's geared towards liberating people. And we gotta be able to think for ourselves. A lot of people are thinking for social media, and worried about what somebody else may say, how they react, how they would think. That's why you have to be able to have your own morals, principles, and values. If you don't have any, I mean, you can get you a role model that's done great things in the world.
You listen to Dr. Khabib, don't you?
I don't listen to Dr. Khabib. I'm not familiar with Dr. Khabib. Put me on.
No.
I sound like a mighty black man. But a lot of people are out of whack because, look what they're looking up to. They wake up, first thing they do in the morning is look at the shade room or catch up on baddies or Zeus Network, and they wonder why ain't nothing shaking for them in life. They're looking up to Ari, Jada Waiter, Blueface Lady. They're looking up to all these folks that's not doing anything positive or constructive in life, and you wonder why, ain't nothing shaking for you. It don't have to be an activist to look up to. You can look up to somebody that's a doctor, look up to somebody that owns a business, look up to somebody who implements ethno-aggregation, mutual aid, look up to a local community organizer, somebody that's actually, progressing people. And we can get the family unit and family dynamic together by understanding those small concepts. We can rid ourselves of these individualistic mindsets that we adopted, due to enslavement, and we can regain our sense of community, mutual aid, and ethnic aggregation like we had in ancient African civilizations, empires, kingdoms, and queendoms. But when slavery happened, we're stripped of that sense of, okay, instead of doing this by myself, naturally I'm gonna, get my people to come help me out.
Are you familiar when slavery started?
Oh, when slavery started? Yeah. Tell me, brother, when did slavery start?
No, I'm asking you, are you familiar with it?
So it's been different enslavements of different groups of people throughout the course of human history.
Yeah.
So we talk about the enslavement, particularly
of us.
Of our people?
Yeah.
So it didn't, a lot of scholars are going to tell you it started in the 1600s, some may argue the 1500s, but it's been happening way longer than that.
Yeah.
Way longer than that.
I'm gonna put you on. You gotta get this book, Anthony T. Browder and the Browder Files.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta get his timeline magazine. That actually has been written off, and they said it's credited. Like everything he put on there is credited. It's actually real. But for us people, slavery started in 631 AD, called the Trans-Saharan Slave Trade. What the white folks did nothing but take over what the Arabs already had us enslaved. They was already taking us out of West Africa and all of that. So a lot of people don't be knowing that. So people be saying slavery, a lot of people don't be understanding that. People like, oh, that 400 years or however many years you think. It's actually been since 631 all the way to 1865.
Putting that in quotes.
Quote unquote, it was new forms of slavery.
So quote unquote, all the way to now. So yeah, man. But we can go all day, and I see you run out of time, so I want to get in this, man.
Can I say one thing there?
Please, bro.
Yes.
I grew up in a Christian household. I was a Christian today up until I was 19 years old in the military. Then I was lost for about a year. I picked up Islam, when I found out about Malcolm X and stuff.
Yeah.
The reason why I stopped practicing Islam, I did it for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I think I stopped practicing when I was about 23, 24. Was because I was reading, Chancellor Williams, Destruction of Black Civilization. And I never knew, I didn't know this until I read the book when he was talking about when the Arabs who practiced Islam enslaved. I didn't know that. I'm thinking, man, they justify slavery. And I'm not against any religious practice. I'm not knocking nobody's religion. I just say, I'm kind of conflicted with religion. Now, not against it. I'm conflicted with Islam, Christianity, all the other religions. I believe in God. I'm not no atheist. I believe in a higher power. I'm just kind of lost religiously. But to your point, that's why I stopped practicing, Islam. When I found that out, I had no idea until I read that book.
A lot of people don't know that, man. They was already enslaving us. That's why most black folks is Muslims and Christians. People, like you said, people gotta read and figure out. But people don't ever think about shit like that. Like, damn, why are those black folks? Like,
the history of both religions are very. I'm just skeptical of both due to the history. Not against them, I just have a lot of questions and go on and answer.
We can go all day on that, but I know you're running out of time, so I want to touch on this, man. Let them know, man. Man, first I want to talk about you said you got a lot of things cracking, man. You be doing a lot of different things. You're an entrepreneur, and we want them to, get inspired, bro. When I first met you, you had your game, bro. How did that go started, man? His game is dope. Let them know how that got started.
It started because I was in the military, and at this time, I had read probably about 10 or 12 Afro-Futurism Black folks books. During COVID, again, I was a 68 Juliet medical logistics specialist. I was in the medical field in the military. And we had a 68 Juliet medical logistics specialist. It ain't nothing but fancy terminology for medical supply. That's all it was, bro. But COVID happened. Boom. We get word that New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, I think it was Boston, because they all right there, right? Geographically, everything was shut down. They needed medical materials, supplies, basic medical aid, stuff like that. So we leave. I was stationed in Colorado at the time, so a year before I went to Germany. We leave Colorado, and our main point of operation is New York. Then some of us went to the surrounding states to give them, medical supplies, aid, and stuff like that. But we were in this small. It used to be like an old high school or something. That's where we had to set up and live and stuff. And I remember it was downtime. Some folks playing Monopoly, some playing Uno, spades. Some of us was in the corner, shooting dice. And I remember, I can't remember if I was shooting dice or if I was playing. No, I was playing Monopoly. And a buddy of mine had a few books stacked up. He had knocked them over. He said, "Oh, my bad, bro. I ain't mean to, Nelson." They refer to, we call each other by last names. He picked the book up. He said, "Dang, it was Revolutionary Suicide by Huey P. Newton." He said, "Dang, bro, who is this?" I was telling him a little bit. I was probably about 50, 60 pages in. He said, "Dang, bro, that's hard. But I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I just can't sit and read no book." And then as he said that, bro, he got the book in his hand. I'm looking at the Monopoly game. I'm looking back at the book. I said, "My brother." Light bulb went off. So I said, "Hey, I'm gonna make a board game to where it's fun and re-educational. You can laugh and learn at the same time." Had to figure out how I was gonna make a board game. I didn't know nobody where I'd be like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna make a board game. It goes some money." First of all, I had to figure out how much it costs. Second of all, I had to figure out how to get it done. So I had to go on Amazon and buy blank boards, game boards. And I went to FedEx and got a poster printed off, and had to cut it into fours and super glue. I used to make them by hand. It took me 8 hours just to make one board game when I first started out. Super glued by hand. I used to go to formation in the Army, right? My fingers just super glued together because I was busy putting board games together. I'm saluting like this. I used to have to go to the ER, bro. They knew me by my name. I walk in, you super glued your hands together. We got a 5589. Jamal's back. Go ahead, back. They already do. So I was like, dang, this idea is cool. I got the board game idea together, but I got to get the quality together to where it don't look all cheesy and and I got to figure out something to get it in mass production to where I'm not super gluing my hands together every day. So I was putting out on social media telling people, hey, I appreciate y'all supporting the handmade version, but I got to get the quality up and get something that's affordable because I'm rich in spirit, but I'm not rich in pockets. Yeah.
There it is.
So then I found somebody on Alibaba. That was for the first board game, and I got mentioned on the Root magazine. It's a black publication here in America. I got on the news, and I was able to positively affect a lot of households and families. They loved the first board game. So then I said, hey, I'm gonna make my second one. It's now the Blacktastic edition with brighter colors. Instead of the black, I got the yellow with the Afrocentric and black folks approach. I put, rappers, singers, entrepreneurs, scholars, adventures, all the above on one board game. It's the Blacktastic edition. And then I found a brother, he's a part of my online book club. And I've been wanting to make an app because what if somebody can't afford my board game? I don't want them just to go without the experience. To what he was able to do and to what I could, financially afford. He said, hey, we can't make the app a complete board game style. Like we could roll the dice, play against other people on different phones and stuff, but we can't just do a trivia card version. To where it's the black culture cards of the physical board game and the black history cards of the physical board game. And they can play it on their phone. And I said, hey, and they said, oh, you can monetize it. I said, hey, I don't want to charge for that. I want it to be to be free. You know, I don't, because me myself, I don't care if the app 99 cents. I'm not paying for no app. I don't care. And, you know, times is hard out here. I work 3 jobs. Some people probably work about 4 or 5 jobs. I don't want to charge nobody. It's already tough out here. So I say, hey, I want the app to be free. So if he just put ads at the bottom to where it don't affect the gameplay, and I can just, you know, make a few dollars off the ads running at the bottom to where they can still play for free, laugh and learn at the same time. And I don't have a degree. My highest level of formal education, a high school diploma. Malcolm X's highest level of formal education was 8th grade. We both re-educated ourselves through reading books, you know, studying what's going on in the world today, applied, you know, to the past. And I just do it in a different way to where, you know, I add some comedic elements to it, you know, just cool, updated elements to everything that I do. So that's it.
You do, man. Man, that was dope, man. I feel you on that, man. That's how, I definitely can relate to that, man. I be feeling that too, man. Just was educated by books and experience. Knowledge and wisdom, what I call it. Knowledge and wisdom.
That's all it is, man. I mean, I don't even post. Y'all see my social media. I don't post extravagant lifestyle. I try to be authentic and organic as possible. Like, I remember my car broke down, bro. I said straight up on social media, hey, I know I'm riding my bike right now. Can't afford to keep taking them Ubers. I'm riding my bike to work, to my first job, you know. I just like to be real with people, especially in the age of all this false stuff.
That's what we do here, bro. Shit, I let them know I lost my tooth. I let them know everything, goddamn it. You know what I mean? Shit, man.
And they see how y'all keep pushing through that. Like me, people need to see that because they think it's all glimmer and gold for us. Like, you know, bro, my rent is crazy right now. It's so hard to pay rent and pay for this stuff.
Rent crazy, man.
See? So I'm authentic about that so people know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big reason too why we when we look at that aspect of it, we talk about getting the family compound. So, prime example, I'm a loan officer, man, by profession. Like,
That's
Lead Your Lineage.
I don't know another loan officer, so
yeah, brother, I got you. So that's why I do that as a profession, and my passion is obviously Lead Your Lineage and family. So really, when I go to networking events, I introduce myself. I was like, hey, by profession, I'm a loan officer. I help families. I lend money to families to help them secure their real estate, their legacy to real estate. I was like, for Lead Your Lineage, I help families reconnect and heal by facilitating uncomfortable conversations.
that is.
But everything ties into
poetic, articulate like Murdoch. How you just said that, bro?
I appreciate that, bro.
Man, I'm sorry to stop. That was dope. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Much gratitude. And just when I'm seeing people light up, when I explain it like that, like I'm really passionate about families, and everything I'm doing is alignment to get our families back together. Those are the type of people I want to work with. I want to work with happy people that want to get their family back together. That's my intention. I'm putting out into the universe. Like, hey, if you're not really in alignment with this, we can converse, but it's probably not gonna be deeper than small talk.
Yeah.
And I barely got time to be doing that for real.
Yeah.
Just like you, the person I'm talking to. So it's like when we really get the family, like cousin and I, we talk about this all the time with people. We explain the story behind Lead Your Lineage, how we got started. When we look at why we are in the position we're in, it's because our families aren't together on a holistic level. So all the way down from the spiritual to the social to the financial and everything in between that. When we get that back together, like our first, like, cuz he talks about it very often. It's like my first experience for his oldest daughter, Capri, with the opposite sex as him. So he's teaching her how to get treated by men. He's actually showing her how she needs to be treated as well, by how he treats her mother, which is his wife. So all those dynamics, because he's in the generational dysfunction of having 4 or fatherless households. So with him doing that type of work on an intentional level, that's stuff that we don't like. You can just see it in real life, but you don't really like post it on social media for real. But it's like the combination of all the all these different things that Lead Your Lineage proposes that really makes this something that's like unique and really something that I actually want to collaborate with you on something on the back end of this, how we can unify to really get these families together.
Bro, I'm all for it, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's here.
yeah. I'm all for it, bro. I mean, I'm a man of, you know, I be telling people, bro, I'm not balling. I'm not out here. I'm taking a break, my fault.
Now you got
Oh yeah, I was just telling people like, bro, I'm not out here balling, bro. I'm not out here, you know, got bands and oh bro, how you do this partnership? Oh, you doing so much in the community. I'm a regular brother with regular means, bro. Just collaboration and small. I would love to collaborate with you, bro. It's just collaboration. I got this, you got that. Let's do something. That's all it is.
Group economics. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of Powernomics?
By Dr. Claude Anderson.
Powerful.
Yes.
Powerful.
It is.
I ain't even got all the way through the book yet, but it's
He's predicted. I got the term ethno-aggregation from that book.
Mm.
He's predicted so many things. Like in that book, I'm trying not to tell the book from you. When he's talking about vertical integration rather than horizontal integration.
Yeah.
When he's talking about how we're no longer, he wrote the book, well, I think in the 80s and 90s. He predicted so much stuff like when it comes to non-white groups of people, how we're a permanent, I don't like it. Underclass group, right?
With air quotes, for sure.
Yeah, but now, like when they say, oh, it's a huge immigrant problem, dang, I'm trying not to ramble. But I don't think America has an immigrant problem. If America was built on immigration, we didn't immigrate over here, we were forced over here after disrespectfully correct. A white historian said that one time, because he was trying to act like we came over here in a limo, we came over here, you know, on a cruise ship or first class on the airplane. But other groups of people are going to migrate over here because America has decimated their land, their way of life, their culture, killing their leaders, disempowered people. Then they, oh, why they migrating or immigrating over to America? Must be something good about America. They're risking life and death to come over here. You messed up everything they got, so we're forcing them over here. But with all these other different groups of people, or non-white groups of people, you know, we're a permanent, you know, minority here because we were forced over during slavery. The other groups of people coming over here, you know, they have that sense of racial dignity and racial pride and their values and morals, and they didn't get that disrupted like we did. That's why they're able to come over and thrive easier because their identity crisis, they don't have identity crisis like black Americans or black individuals who were born in North America or African individuals born in these lands do. So when you were talking about, you know, reclaiming the family unit and getting our domestic roles together and stuff like that, I think it all starts with getting our internal affairs in order first. Then we can, you know, get all the other stuff together.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that all the time.
All the time. That's right, Chris. We can't get families together if we're not together ourselves. I'm not gonna hear that family because I wasn't. It was a point in time. Shit, everybody. Shit, we not found. When I was ripping and running the streets, we not found. You know what I mean? My family was the people in my gang, in my clique. You know what I mean? So I definitely can resonate with this, and that's why I said we gotta be active. That's why I push that. We gotta be active and let people know who they are, so they can get to knowing everybody else, so they can get to know who the family is.
Yeah.
You know, it goes get to know thyself. That's why lead yourself. We at the end of this we say lead yourself so you can lead your lineage. That's a real thing. And another thing we say, and I want to bring this in to give you your flowers today, man. Hey, you're what we call a lineage leader.
Yes,
a lineage leader is somebody who's leading their lineage to another path of incorrection. You know what I mean? From all this destruction. You know what I mean? So we call it a lineage leader. No matter what you're doing, 360, 720, man, even if you're doing it in a small way, if you're changing your lineage in a positive way, that's what we call a lineage leader, bro. So you're a lineage leader, man. And then what else you said you had? You had your book. You said what else?
My board game, my free trivia app, my novel, my Blacktastic clothing. I got some new gear that's gonna be dropping soon. Now on my book club, I do events.
And where they can get all this at, man? Let them know where they can buy all this stuff at, where they can get out, purchase and everything.
Appreciate that, man. It's at brotherjamaalnelson.com. brother as a brother and sister, Jamaal, Jamaal, Nelson.com. My Instagram, you can search Brother Jamaal. My ad name is Jamal317. TikTok, oh yeah, I do re-educational content as well. It's been going pretty good. And if anybody ever has events throughout the city, I like to just pull up, do a recap post, a recap post. Just depending on how the content goes, I do a culmination or combination of other stuff in the city. Just let people know what's going on, because sometimes some people just be hating and don't support. But I think especially in Indianapolis, half the time people just don't be knowing about all the stuff going on because they're not used to Indianapolis being as festive as it has been in the last decade. So I hope, get the word out about what everybody else is doing too. Which is the main reason why I came on this podcast.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. So I texted him next speaking of that, man. Last week, was that last week? Was that live? When we had our live last
Yeah.
I texted him, I said, man, he said, man, I'm supposed to be coming through. I said, nah, bro, but we gonna have a live today. You can come through. That's what he said. Nah, bro, I'll see you next Sunday.
Cause I don't do good with the live stuff, bro. I'm not good with live. I get nervous.
No, man, hey, bro, said, hell no, I ain't gonna be at your live.
I'm not good with the live stuff. I be done messed up.
Nah, bro, listen, man.
Like my hands get sweaty, bro.
I'm messing with you, bro. You gotta know by now. I just be saying what's on my mind. That's what make me, man. I'm just fucking with you.
No, I'm already know.
Cause if I didn't fuck with you, bro, I would be like, nah, man, nah, you can't come through. Nah, man. So
I did a live showing one time on something, bro. It's for a radio show. Came over to church. It was like 2 years ago, bro. And I bombed it because I couldn't get a thought. I was just so nervous, bro. And everything I do, I still get nervous. If I've done it repetitively enough, I can fight through the nervousness. But the whole time, bro, I'm just, I just can't do it. When it's live, I don't know. I just can't do it yet. I gotta work to that.
I don't know what made me think about this. But how was your Jamaal childhood? What was your childhood like, bro? What was you growing up, man? See, and then another thing we talked off camera, man. Bro got a whole twin. So how was it growing up with? Hey, how was it growing up, man, with your whole your lifestyle growing up as you coming to this before you joined the army and all that? What was your childhood like, man?
I've never been asked that question before. Besides on a documentary I had with Murdoch, shout out to Naptown Narratives, Associated Storytellers, but my fraternal twin brother Juwan, that I know of, I have 11 brothers and sisters. I didn't see my biological father much growing up, but he has, I think he had about 6, 7, 8 kids, something like that, before he passed away last year. When we rekindled, when I was about 17, 18, I got to know him a little bit more. But growing up, I lived with my twin brother, my sisters Raven and Renaya. So it's 4 of us, right? My mom, and then my he's no longer my stepdad. He's been gone for some years now. But my mom and my former stepdad. And it was the 4 of us. Raven, Renaya, my twin brother Jawan, and me. And I didn't look like any of them. I've been blessed with all this rich melanin. But everybody else is more, brown skin, caramel, however, you want to describe it. So I felt kind of ostracized at times, even though it was nothing my mama did intentionally. Because, my grandmama, I had my grandmamas, all my aunties, and my mama. I just didn't look like any of them, besides my great aunt. But I had a lot of hurdles being this dark. Nowadays society, hey, no matter if you're black, white, your sexual orientation, whatever, everybody's pushing to be yourself. But hey, you being a dark-skinned brother back in the day, bro, it wasn't the thing to be dark-skinned, bro. Like, I'm trying not to choke up and stuff, but I can just remember how
Burnt black biscuit.
Burnt black biscuit.
They used to call you that too, bro.
Bro, you look like the black top. You look like Akon Elbow. You get pulled over being too black. African booty scratcher. Like, bro,
I got the whooping ass though, so they stopped doing
bro,
that.
God will. You had to, bro.
I got to start swinging.
Keep on getting with them. Some of them may stop after that. Then a few weeks later, they get to talking again. Damn, we gotta do this. We gotta tussle again. Like that.
You learn how to jump.
And they keep doing it.
See, that fucked me up. I
didn't get it until 8th grade, because before that, bro, I would say something. It was always weak. Man, shut your dumb ass up. It would be a weak comeback. Then something sparked in 8th grade, so I can get on their ass. I don't know why. They just start coming to 8th grade. But I went to IPS, man, I went to so many schools. School 79, kindergarten, 2nd and 3rd grade, Speedway Elementary, Crooked Creek, Cold Spring, that's all preschool to 4th grade. 2 different IPS schools, Speedway, Christchurch Academy. Yeah, School 79, Cold Spring. 5th grade, right? My grades was bad. Cutting up, they sent me to a school called Mount Vernon, right? My mom sent me to a school called Mount Vernon. That's from Fortville, Indiana, right? Y'all know where that's at?
Yeah.
Cornfields, right? Going from seeing all of our people, right? Being able to relate to them, all these commonalities and, you know, similar shared experiences and interests. I remember going to Mount Vernon in 5th grade, bro. Me and my twin brother, and it was probably 4 or 5 other black folks in that 5th grade class. Everybody else was white. And I remember at that time, you know, we wore baggy clothes. My shirt, if it didn't come past the elbows, you know, it was like, oh, that's lame. But yeah, I'm going to a white school now. They shirts is all up here. The lingo was different, you know, different grades of hair and different cultures and everything. Sports, jobs, but when it comes to groups of people, it was a huge culture shock. Not just to me and my twin brother, but for the white individuals too. Sometimes they would ask me excuse my African, wild ass fucking questions. Sometimes to be funny, sometimes, you know, they was being racist. And I'll keep it bad with you. Sometimes if I ask the questions and they wouldn't even realize how insensitive they are and how, you know, rude it is to ask something like that in that way or with that delivery. It was always one of the three. But I think, honestly, when I say, you know, I just didn't care to be black, I didn't care about black nothing until I started reading the books, that was undoubtedly why, you know, and then for high school, I went to Mount Vernon and Warren Central. But that was why, you know, I didn't have no pride in being black, because I had been, you know, attacked for being black, and, you know, it was frowned upon at Mount Vernon. I prayed that, you know, the culture's changed, but all those years of going to that school, you know, it just, you know, unconsciously just festered inside of me. And I didn't even realize until I started reading these books and I'm reflecting on my actions. So that's really what made me be who I am today, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And as we close, I know you got some family stuff to be a part of. I want to ask this question, this last question. How can we support you and what you have going on?
I say you can support me just by supporting the community, supporting the neighborhoods. You can support by downloading my app that's free on all platforms, iOS and Google Play Store. Taking the information that you're learning from my board game, my novel or my book, my app, my events, my clothing, on my book club, all the above. Not just tapping into it and all that's cool and that's it. Really take hold of the information. Figure out how it's applicable to your immediate circumstances, phenomena, how you can change your condition with the information, your internal affairs. Then figure out how you can change overall quality of life and give it to the people. I'm giving the same message Malcolm X did, the same message Toni Morrison, Dick Gregory, Martin Luther King, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Rosa Parks, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells, Sojourner Truth. I'm giving you the same information they gave, all their supreme wisdom, fortitude, and knowledge. I'm just adding minor contemporary elements to it. I'm reiterating everything they're doing. This is rich information that can save not just your life, it can save our people. Because it's all this stuff going on in the world today. It's population control that's been going on amongst our people. This can really save us as a people. So support me by not just supporting my products and services or my efforts, but, you know, educating yourself and, you know, just gaining that grand sense of community. And then we can be Blacktastic as a people.
Well, I love that. I love that. Appreciate you, brother, for stopping by the show. Thank you, brother.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
We'd love to do a part 2 as well.
For sure. We definitely do a part 2.
We got a whole conversation. We can talk about history and
I'll talk about holidays next.
Books, all types of stuff. Bro, so many. We might have to do part 3 and 4 too. But we definitely gonna get part 2 scheduled for sure, man. But hey, family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. As we always love to say, lead yourself so you can lead your lineage.
I know we gotta eat.
We'll see y'all next time.
When you see this,
peace.
You know that I was going to rush. It was Cuz' fault. Hey, tipping ain't easy though, man. Hey, I don't really talk.
Oh, man, that was dope. Ah,
How you feel?
I feel good, man. I mean, I know I keep saying it, but I don't get a lot of opportunities